Hey everybody. I thought this month we'd put three songs on here that are all in 3/4 time, and they all have something in common in that they have kind of a slow melody with a lot of notes that surround the melody, kind of an arpeggiated chord form. Um, the easiest one of the three is Annie's Song, that old John Denver tune, and I'm playing it in the key of C, but I've capoed on the second fret to put it in D because I believe that's the key he did it in. And I've kind of done it. The low part really is pretty easy. If you're not, I'm not going to, a rank beginner, but if you're somewhat of a beginner, this might be a good one to try just the low part to. Now, the high part's going to be a little harder because you've got some harder chords to play. And let me just play it for you, and then we'll break it down and play it real slow and go through each part. Okay, that's the basic tune, both the low part and the high part. And let's just take it a little bit at a time here and kind of break it down. Let me make sure I'm going to play it exactly the way I've got it tabbed for you. Because, sometimes when you start these things, you kind of end up playing them just a little bit different, which is one of the hard things about teaching versus playing. Well, wait a minute, that's page 3. First, we're just going to do the low part, which is the easier part. And like I say, it's in 3/4. Those are just some pickup notes. And then I play the F chord, which you really don't need to hold the whole F chord down. I just play these 3 strings, and then I get my thumb to play the bass note. Now, could you play it with a bar? Sure, you could do that if you'd like. If you can't get your thumb around there, just play a bar. Let's see. Now here I'm just using 3 fingers on my right hand, and I'm just playing kind of a forward, backward roll, pinch, forward, backward, pinch, forward, backward. Now, when the melody notes come in, you have to change it. Like on the measure of A minor there, you've got right there, you got to lift up your 3rd finger to get that melody note. Same thing on the F there. This is pretty much all just chords right here. Now this chord, you probably never played a D minor chord like this. You've always played it like that. It just works out with the melody better that way. Back to F. Now that's a G, kind of a G suspended 4th. Back to F, G, A minor, F, C, minor with a little pull-off. And this is a little walk-up. Back into C. F. I do a little pull-off there with my little finger. So let's just do that part again. Real slow. So that's the low part. Now let's try the high part. Like I say, it's a little bit harder to play. If you kind of think of yourself as a beginner, you might just want to wait on that a little bit, or at least learn the chords first. I've got all the chords written in the tab. Like this little, I call it an F1. Let's see. And then this G1. Now the thing about this chord here, you've got to make sure you don't hit the second string. A minor, just use that much on A minor, just instead of a full A minor like that, just that much. Now, sometimes the F1, if you want to try to get that bass note, the fifth string, it gives it a little bit richer sound. Back to C, back to G with a B on the bass. And then to this G, to E minor 7, D minor 7, F, back to that G. Now here, you're going to have to move your little finger around. G, this is a G suspended fourth. That's all really a G, it's just changing the melody notes. Little pull off there. F, G, A minor, maybe that full F if you can reach it. If you can't, don't worry about it, just play that, C, G, F, E minor 7, D minor 7. Now then this is a G7. It's like a D7 form down here, just played on the 5th fret. And then this funny little C chord here. Instead of playing a full C like that, this is kind of, I've used this in a lot of my arrangements. F, and then back into C. So that's the high part. Let's play it again here. Let's see. Now, as far as the right hand goes, you could play this song just with 3 fingers. I kind of go back and forth. That's one of my peculiarities in playing guitar. I I've played so much both ways, 3 and 4 finger picking, that I just kind of go for it. And what comes out, and therefore, if you're watching my right hand in the video, you might think, what's he doing? And it's just sometimes I'll just play with 3 fingers, and then sometimes as I move in on the strings, I might get my 4th finger involved. Whatever will work for you. And I don't think this is one of those tunes that you really, if you're doing like a chord flourish like that, or if you're like, up there, if you want to get all those notes, then you need 4 fingers. But if not, you just play it with 3 and it works fine. Sometimes if I break my middle nail, I'll just use these 3 fingers. I won't even use this finger. So anyway, this was, like I said, this will be a good tune for both beginners and intermediate players because you can always just play the low part. And it's a good example of a tune that has a slow moving melody but has a lot of notes that you got to put around in order to get the song to move. And all the songs we're putting on here this month are going to be like that. In fact, the next tune, which we'll get ready to do here, is another good example of that. So anyway, good luck with this one.